Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Today's battle's on the Ruinberg map, and we've got apmate in the T-62A, sort of neglected tier 10 Soviet medium tank. It's the parallel tank to the Object 140, and you research it from the T-54. Now, most people research the T-62A first because you had the gun that led to it, and then you had to research the other gun that would then lead it to the Object 140, but the 140 was used mostly in Claymores. Probably the main difference, the speed of the T-62A is better than the 140, but otherwise the gun handling not quite so good, and the armor layout a little bit different. So it's only used, well, it used to only be used when you had your tank locked. Alright, he's taken up this middle position. Nothing I'm missing about the T-62A. Puts a shot into the rocket Traeger and another one as he comes out trying to take a return shot, but apmate's reaction's a bit too quick for the T-62A and gets the side of the turret of the 60TP, who was just pointing his gun the other way. Goes for the lower plate, but unfortunately it looked like it hit the upper plate there. But gets another penetrating shot there as well. So it's a tier 9 to tier 10 game, so it's tier 10 and medium tank in the city. You've got to take your chances, but this is a great position, particularly if you've got a bouncy turret, which he has. And there you go, just bounce the incoming round from 60 TP, and he just keeps punishing him, and maybe two more shots and he's gone. He's just going through the roof of the turret. And that time just changes the angle and just gets a crit, but this time pens, and 32 hit points left. He's going to get the kill. Yes, he does. So extracts quite a bit of damage there. He's up to 2.3k already. Although some of that obviously from the Waffentrager. Oh, now we've got a very dangerous tank there, the 279 experimental. And goes for the cupola shot. Now it's an interesting choice. It is one of the weaknesses of the Object 279, but it's quite a small target, so you just got to sort of take your chances, and you don't want to waste too much ammunition, but it's certainly one of the ways to extract damage from the Object 279E, until of course you're offside on and you can do something about it that way. But now we've got the chieftain. Again, goes through the roof, or perhaps the commander's hatch. Again, it's got a cupola, so it's what he's aiming for. And again, a small target, but shooting down on it is giving him a bit more choice there. So these are more snapshots at the moment, not fully aimed, but he's taking his chances, trying to just pick off the chieftain and hopefully catch the turret pointing a different direction. Now you can see here, this is one of the techniques you can do, and it's exactly right spot there. Just hold your reticle still in a line that you expect the target to go through, and that means your gun bloom is going to be minimized, but you've got to just time it so that as they go past your reticle with the weak spot, that you pull the trigger. So it's taken a bit of health out of the chieftain, and there you go, it keeps going. It's just absolutely wasting this chieftain, not getting any advantage of his turret strength. And again, it's all about the angle that he's getting from this higher position. If he was down on the ground, it wouldn't be successful because he wouldn't be able to see the top of the turret. Alright, chieftain's pulled back, not offering a target at the moment. The Object 279, probably what he needs. The team is a bit behind in hit points, but they've got a couple of guns in advance, but that may count for nothing. Goes for the 279E and doesn't get the shot, and now he's got a conqueror coming around, and here comes the chieftain again. No, the chieftain's going the other way. Can he get a side shot? Yes, he can. Takes him right down to almost one shotable. It didn't quite catch the remaining hit points, but he is very low on hit points. But what he's looking for now, apmate just trying to accumulate damage there's the Waffenträger. Didn't get the outline, he must be behind some sort of cover. Maybe he's further down the trail. So not worth wasting shots now. He's only got 20 shots in total left. Goes for the cupola again on the 2790 and manages to get a hit. Oh, and he finally takes a hit from the chieftain. That's nasty. Side turret, unfortunately, didn't quite catch it. But, the chieftain obviously circling around and coming back to take a window there. But he's down to 30 hit points. So potentially he could throw a HE round at the chieftain. That might work. You don't get a lot of damage out of them, but it might just be enough. But now he's taken some heat from the Object 279. And the chieftain retiring again. He's only on 20 hit points, so definitely a target. Conqueror just poking out a little bit, but not quite coming out far enough. Apmate has accumulated a fair bit of damage now, 4.2k, and he's only got 1 kill, but he's just basically been farming these tier 10s. He's taken a bit of damage to himself, but he's still over half his hit points, and that's enough to give him confidence to keep going. He just wants to catch that 279E out in the open. Sort of one other major weak spot, that's the front, sort of left top side. You've got the ammo rack behind there, so you can get some damage out of that. But it's a pretty small target again, although probably a bit more reliable than the cupola, but again depends on your angle and what the 279 is doing. So he doesn't want to cop any more damage, but he wants to catch him coming out and potentially just coming out sideways. And here he comes. No, that's not going to do it. Gets lit again. The shot coming in from the 279 just whizzes past him. His team losing a little bit here, but they are up on hit points. Didn't pen the Conqueror. It needs to aim a little bit better. This time he goes through the lower plate. Interesting name on the Conqueror there, Beat a Ban. Wonder what that suggests. Alright, back to the game. So now his main target here, really, without exposing himself too much, is the 279E. There's an M6Y around the corner, but he can't really go after him without getting into potential crossfire. Now the Conqueror's been taken way down in hit points as well. So the enemy tank's now getting really smashed. They've caught back up on the tank numbers a little bit, but still a reasonable hit point difference between the two teams. And a lot of that down to apmate's work on the enemy team. And there's the 279E, and at the time I think he gets the frontal armor there. He'll switch to his heat rounds, and let's just see what the pin on those is. If I can just get hold of the cursor to have a look. There you go, 330 pen, so same as the 140 I think, for the premium round. And same ammo actually, but in any case, he needs a few more tanks to come onto his gun. That's just trying to make the most of this position here. And 279E just, yep, sitting back, trying not to push. Really, this is turning into a bit of a stalemate, which is sort of a bit typical for this map, but get into the last few minutes and it might be worth pushing from both sides really. So that's generally how this map works. Goes for the cupola again. Unfortunately that didn't even sound like it connected, but that's alright. He's still got 14 shells left of his AP and heat rounds, and another 3 of HE. But, now we have another tank pushing up there, the 116F3. But now they've got their advantage back again, and 4 tanks in advance. So it looks like it's going to be a win, but it's not straightforward. almost at the side of the turret there, the 279E, just moving back into position. Now he's got the side of the turret again. At that time he goes through the side of the turret. That again is a more reliable shot. That one a bit too central on the front plate, needs to be a bit on the left, but the 279E just not really giving up that position. He is slightly angled here, so again goes for the cupola, but unfortunately that must have just whistled overhead. So starting to run out of heat shells, only 3 left, and he switches back to his AP because why not use those first. And they're just trying to make a dent on these tanks in the middle. This is really where it's come down to, but you can see his team's actually flanking right around and coming around to put a bit of pressure on there. So that might work to apmate's advantage. This damage accumulation has slowed down. It's mainly because there's no targets in front of him. They're sort of pulling back to face into the tanks coming up behind. So he's got a decision point here. Does he relocate or does he push around, drop off the front and go for it? But that 279E is the problem. Well, there's the 116F3. Just had the outline there, but he's a long way back. If you look at the mini-map, he's really decent amount distance down. And apmate looking at the 279E here and seeing him firing at someone else, he might be able to catch him pointing the other way, which is what he wants. Goes into commander's view there, and he's got the side of the turret. Unfortunately, that ricocheted. Switches back to his 8 rounds here, but it's more the angle that you're hitting here, not the thickness of the armor. It's just deflecting everything. 1 premium round left. He might get 1 more damaging shot out of this, which he does. And he's back to his standard rounds here. So what other targets can he approach here? There's only 4 tanks left. They're all heavy tanks, although 2 of them are tier 9s and 2 are tier 10s. So yeah, 279E here. And he's switched to his AG rounds here just to get some damage out of the things. And you can see there that's what could have gotten rid of the chieftain, although the chieftain is gone. And he just tempts fate there, going out in front of the 279E, but no incoming shot there. So can he change the angle here and get a slightly different one, or is he going to be expected? Here comes the 279. He's just coming out to bait the shot. The 279E, the rotational speed is actually pretty decent. The skilled player will spin around pretty quickly. Looks like the Conway got a nice hit in there. It's taken him down to 1 shottable. So now it's time to push. He can probably get a shot on the M64 as he goes past. No, he's in a hole there, so now he's going after the 279E. He's sort of running away, so he might be able to follow him here. Yes, he gets the rear and gets the kill. So 2 kills now, and that's taken him just under 6k. Should be able to pump some shots into this 116, who looks like it's facing off against the VZ. And they both trade shots here, so a chance to get 2 shots into the 116. Gets one in the side, takes him down to 88 hit points. He's turning around. If he comes at him, he'll get the low front plate. Does he come around the corner? No, he doesn't push. Gets the low front plate, but it just goes too high and bounces. Can he get another shot in before 116 fires? Yes, he can. And that is the last kill of the game. Very happy apmate there. Let's go and look at the details. Well, fairly straightforward game in the end, but good shooting and ability to stay out of the line of shot when you're not firing. So he's ended up with 3 kills and just under 6.4k of damage, no assisted, but luckily bounced 2.5k, so very handy. That's earned him the high caliber award for the highest damage and the Ace Tanker Mastery badge. So look at the team score. 1238 base, that's pretty good for a tier 10. Let's make sure we're looking at the right way. Yes, we are. Highest damage there, VZ55, who we saw got It's knocked off at the end by the 116, getting 5.4k, so stand out there. And on the enemy side, the 116 actually did 6.2k, so just missed out on the high gala reward, and the 279 picking up nearly 5.4k of damage, so making the most of that. The Chieftain doing 3.4, not too bad, but yeah, certainly expect better from a Chieftain player. But this was all about apmate's game. Sent up firing a lot of ammunition, 48 shots, so pretty rapid fire. The Tier 10 Soviet medium tanks, the 140 and the T-62A. 41 hits and 21 pens. Not a great ratio, but again, some pretty tough targets there, particularly the 279 and the Chieftain. But he did certainly accumulate a fair chunk of damage out of that. So, Tech Tree tank, some extreme costs there in terms of ammunition, so no reserves running or anything like that, and ended up with a net loss of 52k, but not too bad for a Tier 10 game. So another great game there from apmate, certainly pumping out the both the damage and the high scores, and I'd like to see his content. And certainly if you're watching this and you enjoyed watching his game, please give the video a thumbs up. It helps get it in front of more people. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.